Right, welcome back to the channel, folks. In today's episode, I'm going to fit these nice Alfa Romeo seats into the Escort. Now my plan is to use the existing seat cross braces I put in, well, it seems like aeons ago, and with the original fixings, and then use those original fixings to make a subframe for these seats, which I can then bolt down into the car. So these will bolt to. That way they're interchangeable if I ever did or got hold of some original RS seats, for example, for a reasonable price. I could consider putting those in. But I had these for an absolute bargain, and they came with the rear seats as well, which the fella very kindly chucked in for free because they were just in his way. So I may be able to use these to somehow retrim the existing seat I've got for the Escort, rear seat, or maybe even make up something from scratch to actually use these. But don't know yet. We'll cross that bridge. But today's episode is all about making these seats fit. So hope you enjoy, and hope it's something a bit different. So I dug out a few odds and ends of scrap and offcuts from brace bars and what I've used previously for my ever-increasing scrap pile, which lives behind the old go-kart there. And I reckon we can do something with these to make a subframe. Yeah, that seems about right for me. The be tilted back just a touch. Yeah, that's about perfect for me. So we're back behind our seat brace here, so and about level with it. So I need to come off the seat brace, kind of level, and drop under the chair. And we need to allow space for our seat adjuster on the front here as well. You have to lift up and down. So there's a few things to be aware of, but at least I got an idea where I want the seat now. Possibly even tilted back a bit, maybe drop down a bit at the back, because I quite like a bit of support under the legs there. So up a bit further, so up a bit higher on the front. So let's have a look with blocks of wood, yeah. By feel, I'd say you would need to be about 3 inches up at the front, which might work out better actually for us to coming off of the seat base there. Okay, I think we've got a plan. Where to go? Righto. So far, just got a couple of bits of box section with holes drilled in, which will correspond to the holes in the base of the seat. So if I then bolt those up to the seat that's in the car, hopefully both of these frames will be identical. So once I built one, I'll be able to build the other one. And at the moment, I'm just at the trial and error stage of what will work and what will look attractive as well to a fashion, because hopefully these will disappear, or once they're painted black and they're on a black carpet, you won't really see them. Okay, so I've got the two sections of box section bolted across the base of the frame of the seat there. Another one which I intend to cross once I find some long enough bolts to go all the way through, and then that'll spread the load nicely along the back there. And I'm even thinking about simply bolting the whole lot through and some big washers underneath to spread the load for the back of the seat. And for the front of the seat, that piece there will live in between the front cross there, and then that will bolt down, it will bolt through into our existing holes there. And I think it might actually be as simple as that. So I'm going to carry on hunting. I might even have some threaded rod somewhere I can use just for the time being until I can get the correct size bolts. So the idea is that crossbar there is, if this thing will focus, is bolted down to our existing crossbar on the existing fixings, and then I'm simply going to weld that to it. So that will be square there, and then our back bar, which is going across underneath there, will be welded, and I get some welded captive nuts to hold it in place, and then welded together, and then that back bar be screw through the floor and some big fat washers underneath. So in principle I think I've got it, and once we sort of step back from it, it all looks okay. And I'm very happy with the seating position. My legs have got plenty of support underneath there, and it's nice and comfy. It's not too far back that I'm looking across that, so the front and back is a nice size, and it's a nice comfortable place to be in here. And this way round as well, this is just right. There's a nice reach to the steering wheel. As it happens, you may notice it's not the original steering wheel. I had another bargain off eBay, so that's the original one, which actually sits a fair bit further forward than this one, which would be about there. So this one is a bit further away, which suits me because I have quite long arms. So that's a nice comfortable reach as well. Okay, so the next step with the seat up on its side is to weld these 3 pieces in place to make them one. Then we'll flip the chair back down, weld it down to our cross piece there. And I've already made up the pieces needed using the other pieces as templates, ready for our passenger side. Okay, so I've been thinking about this. So by the time that bar sits back around here somewhere, which is where it will go, we have a gap under the floor there. So if I just bolt that down, that's going to creak that right up, and it's going to mess up the shape of the Escort floor. So what I've decided is I've cut some of these, which I can then lay to the side there, and then underneath they'll bolt through the floor, and these will be backed up then by these washers I've made out of some 3mm plate, well, I think it's 3mm plate, either 2 or 3mm plate, so plenty big enough anyway to make some big spreader washers underneath the floor. So that is the plan with that, and I'll have to do those individually for each side. So what I'll do is I'll weld that frame together, bring the chair over, weld it onto that, take the chair off the frame, then sort out the frame bolting to the floor arrangement. Then that way it's going to be 2 pads really bolting it to the floor. By the time that's bolted through carpet and what have you, that'll be tidy, and all of that is going to be under the chair, be out of sight. Even better if I do it perhaps on this side, like so. So it's all kept nice and tidy out of sight. Right, so now that's in place, we can pull the seat out and start making the frame part of the car, well, boltable to the car. Yeah, so now we have a basic frame which we can bolt down. I have done one. I need to, there's a nut in there I've tacked in place so I can screw down from above. I need to get one in there. I forgot to do that, so I'll come back to that in a moment. But what I want to do next now is get these in place. Simple as that. Just simply bolt those down, weld those to the frame, and then drill through so we can clamp them from underneath. I think I'm going to keep them close to the edges where there's a profile. That's going to keep them on a stronger part, I think. Yeah, so weld those onto there somewhere, then drill through and have our flanges underneath, our spreaders underneath to hold the load. Right, hopefully I'm not too much in the way. So just about there and there is where I'm going to weld that piece there and that piece there too. You can then bolt those down through the floor. So we're going to rearrange you guys so you get a slightly better view of what's going on without getting in the way of my own self. Right, I think that should work. Lovely. Now I'll fully weld the rest of it. Lovely, that's not going anywhere. All I need to do now is weld a nut into there, and some nuts I think on the back of these as well, so I can put these, I'll be able to screw them down from the top with these beauties. Some nice cap heads there which you go down through and pick up underneath nicely. So I will let that cool off before I take it apart, and then we can start building it up, finishing it off. Righto, so there's the basic frame now for the seat to fit on. So you've got the 4 mounts there, there, there and there, all now with captive nuts, and those bolted through to the floor and those bolted onto the front cross member there, and that gives the seat a nice little rake backwards as well, which I find comfortable. So that's that one done. Now we can move on to the passenger side. Well, I'll crack on with the passenger side. It's pointless showing you all the same thing over again, and then we'll paint the frames, and they'll be just what we want. That's 2 Alfa Romeo seats fitted in the Escort, and looking rather nice, I must say. Very nice seat and very easy to fit because of the flat bottoms on them, so that's helpful. So it's both frames made now, so all I need to do now is clean them up and paint them, with plenty of room to get into the back as well, with the seat tilted forward. So that's happy days. That's all fitted rather nicely. Yeah, seat frames all painted up and bolted down. So ready to put our Alfa seats back in. Of course this is all temporary because I'll be stripping the car down to a bare shell ready for paint. But this is just putting things in so we can know where we are at. There we go, seats back bolted in place, and with those now painted black, the black carpet, they'll disappear nicely out of sight. Lovely, yeah, very happy with these. They've fitted in a treat. I think they look in style with the car. You know, think about the early Recaro seats were bolstered like this and bolstered up the sides, and very nice seats, the Recaros, but the price on them is ridiculous. I know, way out of my budget. But as for these, I had a good price on these, and like I said, the rear seats chucked in for free, so hopefully we can do some of those at a later date. But very happy with the fitting of these. That's just perfect for me. Nice support under my legs, nice, like a nice side view out there, and plenty of headroom, and just right for the steering wheel. I'm just at the right length for that, and everything, gear stick, handbrake, everything is just where I want it. So yeah, very happy with that. So thanks again for watching. Keep looking out for the next one. The next one, I think I'm going to have a go at seeing if I can test the alternator. I've done a little bit of Googling about wiring up alternators and how to test them. So we might have a little play with that. It could be educational for me, hopefully helpful to you as well. See you on the next one. And it's nice and easy to get out as well. Look at that. Even though for an old git like me.